Good morning, guys, from the East Coast to wherever you guys are. It is Spooky here, and today we have story time number 7. And I can't believe we've been going through this, and you guys have been listening to my crap for 7 fucking videos already. That is awesome. Or if you guys have just watched a couple of them, that's cool too. So today we're talking about the biggest and I think the craziest party I think I've ever been to. And let's just get right into it. So there was a day where, well, first let me rewind. Most of my friends live in a small town in New Jersey. This is where I grew up before I moved to California and before I moved to Virginia and to Pennsylvania. So I used to live in New Jersey, and I went through that whole entire schooling of my life from elementary school, I think, all the way up into 6.5 years, so 6th grade really. And I knew a lot of people, and not a lot of people moved from this town. So I've been AFK or away from that town and seeing a lot of people for, like, as far as some people know, probably like 10 or something years. It's been a while, since I think I was like 11. And there was this party going on, right? And I was with my friend who I've known since like elementary school. I think like 1st or 2nd or 3rd grade. I can't remember, but I've known him and I always went down to see him. He was one of my good friends in New Jersey. And so basically, I was hanging out with him on a Thursday afternoon, I think, and it was me and a couple of his other buddies, and they're like, hey, their neighbor is having a party next door. It's going to be pretty big. You should probably roll through. Well, originally, I wasn't really going to go because, big party sounds like I might get rolled, and it's at a house, and this is a really big house. Like, this house was like, it was really nice, and apparently the people that lived there, the father or whatever, was like a landscaper, and he owned 2 Lamborghinis sitting outside, plus a Mustang and a Challenger. I don't know what else this dude probably had hanging out in his garage, but he had like a crazy pool with a slide, huge field, and it was gated off by like, I don't know, like fencing, like wood fencing. And then he also, I'm pretty sure it was like a tennis court he had in his backyard, like a full-on tennis court. It was crazy. It was massive. And a little pool house, and then a clubhouse. Like, this guy completely had, it was all next door. And the house that my friend's friend lived at was like more smaller, more petite, and the backyards were combined. But it was funny that this guy just lived right next to them. And so I was like, okay, you know what, sure, why not? You know, maybe I'll see some people, maybe I'll have some fun. So the night comes around, and I think I'm hanging out with my nephew. I'm spending time with him before out to, to go to this party. And I remember I called my friend. I was calling him. I'm like, dude, why aren't you picking up? I'm leaving him voicemails, because he was actually at work at the time, and he wasn't picking up his phone. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go no matter what. So then I call up his friend. I'm saying, hey, yo, this kid isn't answering his phone. I don't want to show up at this party alone. Can you please come through, or can you help me out? He's like, yeah, sure, man, just be there. I'll be outside, and, we'll meet up or whatever, and we can walk in together. He's like, or you could just go inside. I mean, there's some people that you probably know there. I'm like, yeah, but nah, I'm good. I'll wait for you, man. Because I could be very socially awkward, or I could be like the craziest person in the world. It really goes all kinds of ways if you know me. So, anyway, my other friend, which is my friend's friend, I'm going to be saying that a lot, showed up, and we're basically parked outside of the house. Now, it's just a narrow street. I didn't park on that street because in case, this is a good party tip, guys. In case you do go partying, which, be safe. Don't ever park on the street where the party is going on if it's a house. Okay, and this was my first, I think, big house party. I parked on the apartments on the next street over so that I could walk over and get to my car. And you gotta be smart about that, guys, because you're gonna see why in a second. So my friend pulls up in his small little Ford, I don't know, it's a small little car, or maybe it was a Volkswagen. I think it was a Volkswagen. Pulls up, He's got his little hat on, a white t-shirt, and he's got a backpack, and then 2 beers on the side. I'm like, what's the beers for? He's like, man, I don't know, some of these parties might ask for money, you know, for alcohol. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I hate these types of parties. I hate parties that ask for money, but let the girls be completely free. It's stupid. I hate it. I mentioned it in my last video. We go into this party, walking all cool, all swag like, you know, I'm trying to be discreet and whatever, just looking around and trying to dance it off. There's a DJ, okay, and also there's a DJ under a tarp/tent, and then in there's a huge tree, and this tree is a tree house, and like there's people on the tree house. There's tons of people dancing in front of the DJ. Like, in order to get to the party, it was in the backyard. You had to walk through the front of the house, past the Lamborghinis, which were covered up with car covers, walk past the pool, around the pool, and there was tons of people swimming and drinking and stuff. The party started at 7, and I think it went all the way to 12 o'clock. So I'm walking through this like weaving jungle of just richness, and I get to the back, and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, as soon as I see our bro, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Okay, I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna punch him in the fuck face if I see him. And then he's over there, he's like, hey, there he is. And he points him out. So I'm ready, I'm pumped, I'm getting myself like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck this kid up. Excuse my French. Because I was mad. If you don't answer your phone and you're supposed to be accompanied by somebody to take you somewhere, that's rude. That's messed up, bro. And he always does this. And if he's watching this video, I hate you for doing that. I see my friend, I push everybody out the way. I'm like, hey, bro. And I get ready to wind up, and I'm like, he's like, bro, what are you doing here? I'm like, what am I doing here? What are you doing here, man? You were supposed to call me, to call you. You know, we're fighting like Italians out here, but it's a Puerto Rican and a Dominican. Like, it makes completely no sense. Like, we're going around in circles and speaking broken Spanish that we don't really understand. Well, he understands, but I understand very little. It doesn't even matter. That's the story neither here nor there. So we're talking out, whatever. He's like, hey, bro, yeah, let's get you a drink. He's wearing like a cool little Hawaiian shirt with it's like opened up like a straight Dominican, some chest hair, just not really popping out, but it makes the story funnier, right? And so he's walking around all cool. He's like, bro, you totally know this kid. And he's walking up to everybody in the party. He's like, bro, hey girl, you know this kid. He went with us to elementary school. And they're like, let me see you. What was your last name? Such and such. What was your first name? Branden? Oh, yeah, I remember you. You're that small kid. I was a very small kid in elementary school, guys. I wish I had a picture to show you guys. I was very, very small, white, and I had, like, straight black hair. Now I have, like, really curly, crazy Tarzan hair, but it's up in my hat. And he's going up to everybody. Hey, bro, you know this kid. Everybody's drinking, having a good time. And the fun part, the reason why I tell the story is that I met so many kids that I went to elementary school. I'm like, what are you still doing here? They're like, oh, I came back from school because it was during the summer. They're like, I'm here because of summer break, or I'm still living here because I haven't really gone nowhere. And I'm over here like, bro, I've gone so many places. And you people are still in the same area. Like, these are probably what these parties like all the time. It's the same people just migrated in a different house. We go all the way farther back, and in the back of this house, you won't even believe, there's like a little pond, and it's like a, what are they called? A gazebo. Okay, a gazebo there, and there's people there, and they're chilling out, they're, you know, doing other stuff, you know, and this one kid is like, hey, Branden, and I'm like, look at him, it's this big Egyptian dude that I used to be a safety patrol. If you don't know what a safety patrol is, basically like a security guard in elementary school. You thought you were the shit because you had a little badge and a little belt that was like a highlighter and you had to move cones and stuff. I don't know if you guys ever did that, but that's what I did because I was pretty cool when I got in because I had the hookups. And basically what happened is this big Egyptian dude is like, hey Branden, what are you doing here? And all this other stuff. And he plays football, and I'm like, I'm surprised you even, you know, remembered me. I look so different. I mean, I recognize him. He still looked the same. This goes for a lot of same people. I mean, some girls got bigger, they got smaller, or they changed and all this other stuff. But I just met so many different people at this party, and it was huge. There was like 3 kegs hidden out through the backyard, and every single one of them was getting dry. So I went up to my friend. I'm like, we need to get drinks. I need to get something. I had only like one beer. Okay, I didn't pay for it because he paid. I think they were selling like cups. I don't know how they were doing. They were trying to make up their money. And basically, it was like some weird, disgusting beer. No, I'm sorry. I had like 2 beers. I think it was, and it was really just. It was weird. I wasn't really feeling anything. Sure enough, the whatchamacallit, the host shows up, and the host has been there. She's wearing like a salamander dress, looking all sexy and shit, but she's stressing me out. I feel bad for party hosts because you have so much to worry about. And people were just dancing, chilling out, having fun. I was just there to say hi to people and what's up, and people were jumping in the pool in their bras and underwear and just clothes, and people were going crazy at this party. I mean, it was fun, but it was also pretty content. Like, nobody was getting extremely wild. We were all grown and whatnot. You know, it wasn't like a 16-year-old and 17-year-old bunch of parties. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying it's very different when you're older. Sure enough, the host says, everybody quiet, and this is when it gets real. This shit got real, okay? And she's like, hey, I have somebody that works in, I forgot, the dispatcher unit or whatever, and she just gave me the heads up that the cops are on their way. And everybody's like, the DJ stopped playing the music, everybody stopped and was silent. I was like, oh snap, I'm planning my getaway. There's a back exit that I can run through on the streets, or I could go straight to the front right now. But I didn't want to leave. I was debating if I wanted to leave, so I threw my beer on the ground, okay, and I was ready. I was so ready, and my friend probably got pissed because like, bro, where's the beer? He said that later on, and I had to go pick it up from where it was. I think I threw it behind like a tree so nobody could pick it up. And she's like, everybody move to the back side of the tennis court. And I'm telling you, this party was so huge, but the backyard was even more massive. Like, it was probably like 60 something people there, maybe more. I mean, for a house party, it was really big. In the backyard, you could literally go around the tennis court and just chill there. And it got like the Project X. She was like, everybody be quiet. And you could see like the sirens coming, and then the red and blue lights flashing along the trees. I'm telling you, I'm like, yo, the cops are here, yo, the cops are here, that's sick! I've never been to a party where it almost got rolled. But then something crazy happened. Okay, this is where rich people, her dad was home, but her dad allowed her to have the party because she was 21 and over. And he's like, but you gotta keep it contained, whatever. He literally went outside, okay, like everybody was dead silent for probably like 10 minutes. He went outside, talked to the cops. Okay, talked to the cops and did something. I don't know what he did, but he did something. I think he said, hey, we'll keep it contained, we'll keep it quiet, whatever. But he's a really rich guy, so I'm pretty sure people know him around the town. But it felt like he was like a mafioso type dude, chilling the whole party, you know, like he's like, hey, you know what? My daughter's having a party. Just let it be. You know? Slide them like $100 bill and that's it. I doubt that's what he did though, but it feels like that's what he did. Then he came out in the backyard. He's like, everybody, quiet down. We're gonna keep the music low. You guys can keep partying. If you have to throw up, stay back here. You guys can't come to the front of the house, stay in the back of the house. And somebody called the cops, but let's keep going. So he walked back to the house, right? I didn't know the dad was here, but that was pretty cool that he was cool with the party. He was in the front of the house making sure nobody would leave though, the entire party. Then the daughter comes back out. She's like, let's party till dawn! And then the music just whoop, blasted back up. Everybody's like, yeah, throwing their cups and their fingers up and whatever. I'm chilling, I'm like, whoa, yeah, man, I'm in this. Because when you're hyped like that, you're in the party. You know, you're in the zone. And honestly, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. But like, it felt like a Project X type party, except with all the crazy stuff. And I winded up, I got super hot. My friend had to leave. I think he went on some crazy journey of his own and like didn't come back till the end of the party. He left for like 2 hours or something, and he said he was just gonna get food. So then I'm chilling out with my other friends. I'm saying hi to other people. I'm communicating. I'm socializing. I'm telling people that the good thing about being from California and being on the East Coast is you walk up to a girl and say, hey, I'm from California. Oh my God, you're from California? That is crazy. You know, people, anybody here, they think it's crazy, and I will use that for the rest of my life, I think, no matter what. And basically, I winded up swimming in this pool, and I took off my clothes. I went back to my car, got my shorts, and then I swam in this pool. It was a lot of fun. Music was blasting. People were getting fun. I didn't really drink too much. Only drank like 2 beers, and that was it because they wanted to pay for more. I stole pizza. I stole a box of pizza for somebody, and I started eating it at the pool house, and I shared it with my other friend, I think, and I don't know how or who ordered this pizza either. It was like 4 boxes. I took one to myself because I was hungry. I was not gonna starve at this awesome party. And I started swimming. I swam for like a good hour, had my Tarzan hair, and then I started walking throughout the party without my shirt and my pants, and I said, screw it, we're going full Tarzan mode. And basically that's what happened. And then I think around 1 o'clock, the dad was getting a little upset because his daughter was fighting with him, so he shut the party down. And he's like, you guys don't have to leave. If not, I'm going to call the cops myself, and they can shut it down. And I'm like, bro, that's not cool. And everybody's like, boo, but whatever. You know, it was cool enough for him to let that even go on for as long as it did. And sure enough, as soon as we started leaving, I waited for my friend. We went back to his house to chill out and rest up. I had to leave the next day for something. I can't remember what it was. But like 10 minutes after, the cops showed up again. They showed up again. And all the people, okay, that were parked outside the house, alright, they could have moved their cars because the cops were waiting right there for them. Your boy Spooky parked on the other side, so nothing could happen. And it was a really fun night. Nothing too crazy happened, but it was one of the best and funnest parties that I've ever been to because it was so big. I don't think I will ever go to a party like that again unless it's like a, you know, like an actual dinner type party for something like an event. I don't know. I don't really know. So I tell you guys this story because I want you guys to be safe. I want you to know there's fun things out there. And I tell you because I met up with a lot of people that I haven't talked to in a while, and I saw people that, you know, it made me realize how fortunate I am in life to have the things that I do. But also, be very careful, guys. I don't tell you these stories to go out there and go do crazy things. I tell them from my experience of what I learned. I don't usually make the same mistakes, but I tell these stories because I want you guys to know that you should be very happy with what you have. You know, and if you want to go somewhere far in life, please just do it for yourself. And that's my crazy big house party story. I'm not sure what I'm going to name this title, but we'll see. So my name is SpookieSTL, or Brandon, for those of you guys who know. If this is your first time on my channel, I have tons of links down below. Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all that good stuff, plus my store. Check it out. And that's all I have for you guys today. So at the end of the day, guys, don't forget to share the love. What?